the big style die? I don't know if it is Francie. Hello, Francie. Hello, Ellen. Hello. Let's see. I saw Melissa and Shirley. Let me know you can hear me. Give me a thumbs up. You might hear a little feedback tonight because I have my screen. If I turn my thing down, I might end up. I'm going to move this over a little bit so I don't call 911 because I think I'm pushing the button down. All right. Can you guys hear me? Francie, Ellen. Hello. I keep seeing them, but I'm not hearing. Hello, Kelly. I'm going to put it in the chat. Can you guys hear me? I hear it. I saw a thumbs up. Okay. Okay, Luann says it. All right. Well, my special guest tonight is, ooh, there goes my camera, my TV, guys, is Walter. So Walter is
Hi,
here with
everyone.
us.
Hi.
Thanks, guys. I'm going to tell you guys that not at home. I don't have internet at all. So I'm at my office. My boss said I could use the empty office. So we don't have face cameras tonight because I only have one camera, my phone tonight. So thank you guys. All right. Well, Walter's joining us tonight.
Hi.
And he chose the Kindness Matters stamp set. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have not used it before tonight. And we've got some other things. I'm going to let you start, Walter, talking about what you're going to do.
Okay, sounds good. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Francie and Melissa and Ellen and Karen. Nice to be here with everyone on this side. So as Candy said, I'm going to be using the Kindness Matters stamp set. And I'm going to be stamping, doing some watercoloring, and doing some fussy cutting. I'm also going to be using a paper from the my favorite, which is the Driftwood collection. I absolutely love this paper pad, and I think it's going to look really cool. So I'm going to be using that as well as just some lunch bag as the front card panel. So that's my plan for tonight.
And I'm kind of watercoloring too, but I am going to turn mine into a Halloween card. So I am going to be honest, I cannot heat emboss tonight because my heat emboss gun has to be on the other side of the office. So I did do one ahead of time, but I'm going to just stamp it and pretend I'm going to heat emboss tonight. And then I took the liberty of adding the creamy blue to mine so that I can change some colors around. So we'll have two different looking cards if that's okay with you guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started here and ink my stuff up. I have my aqua pigment paper in here. And
Awesome. Sounds good.
what are you stamping on first?
I am going to be stamping on aqua pigment paper as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I figured since I'm watercoloring with the aqua pigments, it's just the absolute best to use.
It is. I love it. It's because it's not thick, but it doesn't mean that it's a thinner paper, but it's fabulous and it holds the water very, very well. It's my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I have done some watercoloring with the Not Your Mama's, and
Yep.
it's great, but it does, if you go too hard, kind of pill a bit. So
Yeah, and I'm a heart. If I get loud, guys, sorry, I'm standing up. I do watercolor aggressively, I guess would be the best way to say it. I wanted to suggest to some people, in case they were having issues with a big stamp set like this, a couple of things. First of all, on watercolor paper, you might need to stamp multiple times. Um, you might need to take your stamp off and kind of let it go if there gets to be a bubble, and you can tell that by looking to see if there's an air bubble. So you
Mhm.
always want to check that on those. And then the other thing is you can always stamp it out in embossing ink first, or rub your fingers over it really good to get some of the production leftovers off there, and then you can do it. But I like to stamp just multiple times. Probably shaking the camera tonight because, like I said, I'm at a completely different desk. It's my craft room is actually doesn't look like a mess. Walter and I were talking about this earlier. I officially moved everything out last weekend, you guys, and it's half of my craft room is in my garage. Hi, Mom. You're intrigued by a floral Halloween. Well, it's kind of just going to be the same Halloween colors, I guess, would be really. I didn't even bring a Halloween stamp with me to say Happy Halloween, so I think that's fine. You'll get kind of the idea. I'm in the mood for Halloween. So,
Yeah, I'll tell you, with these cool mornings that we've been having here in the Northeast, I'm in the mood for fall.
oh, we opened the windows 2 days ago because we moved our furniture on the one of the hottest days of the year. It was 100 degrees. Fortunately, we had the young, strong, strapping young guys to do it for us, but um, it was just hot. And we got it done fairly quickly. Well, last weekend wasn't horrible, but I think yesterday we opened the windows for the first time. Not yesterday, the day before. It was cold in there this morning. And then this morning, I have a dress on. It's a tank top dress. Um, I was freezing. I was sitting at the dining room table, or sitting on our table eating with a blanket, but I was sweating by 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So, but we have all the windows open because it's beautiful. I'd rather have the 70-degree weather. Fall is my favorite too. Woohoo! Oh,
Oh,
yes, I
yeah.
won't forget to talk about Stencil Palooza. If you haven't, if you haven't been around, we have Stencil Palooza going on this month. It is new and it's hopefully something we get to create. We're going to continue with. It's there's going to be a stencil released every single day at around by noon Eastern at the latest. Shipping for if you ordered the stencils, their shipping for the stencils is $3. So if you order the first stencil, the second stencil, it's $3 for all of them. But you could order all of them, but they won't ship till the very end of the month. So then every day you can just go on and see what the new stencil is. But then at the end of the month, they'll ship all of them to you. If you order it with other items, I think regular shipping applies. They're limited edition. When they sell out, they sell out. They will not be restocked. So if there's one you really want, I ordered the first 4 days today. So the candy corn was so cute, Melissa, today. Yes, I somehow I missed that was today's. I thought it was the candle with the cake. And so when Heather showed it during the live, I'm like, what? Shut the door. Shut the front door, whatever she says. And I ran over quick to get it. So
Yeah, that candy corn is really cute.
I'm excited for it. Well, my daughter's birthday's in October, so she's a big Halloween fan.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is one of my favorite things to do, if you've seen me probably do this before, is I like to show that you only need 3 colors. If you don't have a lot of craft room, that's why I threw the blue in there. So I'm going to make orange with the cream and yellow, and I'm going to make purple with the red and blue, and then I have my aqua splash for my black. But I did pull in some, I did bring my purple and orange with that I might add to try to show you what I can do to make purple if I need to. So,
The other thing to mention is that the bundle for tonight is an amazing deal.
yes.
You're getting the creamy orange, red, yellow aqua pigments, the peach aqua pigment, the Kindness Matter stamp set, the Driftwood Paper Pack, I think the Raven Aqua Splash.
Yes.
And yeah, it's $50, which is amazing. So if you didn't happen to get this particular stamp, which is so versatile, as part of CYOE, it's really a great value.
It is. And I think the embossing ink is in there. There's some card panels, card bases. So it's a really good value if you hadn't got it. And it is here. I'll put the code back up. I don't know. It has 9 candles though. I just counted those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's called Celebrate. I bet you it could be either. It does look more like a menorah. I'm not 100% sure. I think I could do it both ways. I apologize if that's what it is. I looked at it quickly and thought it was a cake, but it is a pretty flat cake for yesterday's. Here's the Stencil Palooza if you'd like to do that. And I can also put the Be Kind back up. So I'm just going to keep adding some color until I like the color I have. I should have used only a little bit of red because red is a strong color. So it's not going to be quite orangey until I add a lot of yellow, but I have a lot of flowers to do. So I'm just going to add a bunch of yellow. We're going to tone this down because now it's looking peachy. and I didn't have the peach. And I forgot to order it when I ordered the creamies. So I
Oh,
was like, oh, we'll just throw in the blue.
yeah, I love the peach aqua pigment. I used a lot of it in my project for the craftathon. So
Yeah,
it's
and that was a great project.
oh, thank you. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I have a fun project. I hope to plan this weekend. I was telling him I have some things I need to do, but I have, um, see, adding that yellow kind of made, now I have more of that orange color. Um, is but I have this really fun project that I want to attempt, and I can't wait to try it. And then if I got to do it first, because then I'm going to do the live with it. So with
Oh,
it, and
okay.
I'm really hoping to. And it's kind of inspired by those of you that have been doing mixed media. It's a non-card project, if you can believe that. So
Oh,
I'm super excited, but I want to make sure it's going to work first before I do it live. I should put the captions back up here, you guys. I'm missing some. Okay, 9 or 7. All right, thank you. That's great. Okay, Amy says it's a menorah. Yes, this is Walter, Amalia.
hi, Amalia.
So he is joining me tonight. So it's not that it was super a big secret. I just thought it's more fun when you find out who's joining me. And I should probably say design team member or something, but special guest makes it, because you are a special guest.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot of fun. I like the surprise of seeing who it's going to be. Like, last week, so surprised to see Melissa, and that was a lot of fun.
it is. And then, you don't always have, not everyone has to, know ahead of time. And then, that's part of, I don't know, sometimes surprises are fun. And this is
Absolutely.
one of those that can be a fun surprise versus, you open a present and you're like, it sucks in underwear. Thanks. So I'm just lazy watercoloring. So I just quickly just added a bunch of water to mine, and I'm just adding a bunch of the orange that I made to it, and I'm just kind of letting it feather out itself, and I'm just going to let it sit for a while, and then I may go back and add some more color to it. I'm not the best watercolorist. Hi, Cherie. Um, I just like to play. And I did take the aqua pigment paper to do out my colors because it's the paper I'm gonna color on. If I'd been a craft room, I probably would have got a scrapped. But this just shows me I know exactly what it looks like. I mean, that was too pink. This is too. That was just about the right yellow there or orange there. So
Yeah. Now, have you used the creamy aqua pigments?
I
Is
have
this your first time?
not. It
Okay.
is my first. I think I'm supposed to check that. I think I might have. I'm trying to think. I might have used the violet once because I had that one in my stash.
Okay.
But I don't remember. I have a lot of aqua pigments because I have a lot of aqua pigments that are no longer available. They're older. Well,
Oh.
some of them. And there's certain colors that aren't available, which I'm not even going to mention them because, we have lots of them and they're fun. But I like to just play with whatever I can. And these creamy ones I mean, they kind of make me want to lick it. Which don't do
Yeah.
that, please. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're non-toxic, but don't lick it.
Yeah, I just love how lighter they are than the standard aqua pigments, and
Yeah.
for florals, they kind of add just a nice little something special and extra.
And florals are my scary thing. It's not even watercoloring. It's not because I don't like florals. I love them. And it's not, I shouldn't say stupid, but it's art and it's subjective and we're making cards. So I can make them any color I want, but
Hmm.
it makes me nervous. So I'm just kind of coming up with a purple here, and I kind of thinking I like this dark purple. I added just a little bit of the pearl, which you guys know is my favorite. You're turning violet, violet, exactly. Just because it adds just a little bit of that extra shimmer and it lights it up just a little bit, and I just love a shimmery watercolor. So, um, but so long, how long have you been paper crafting, Walter?
So paper crafting, I started back during the pandemic
Okay.
in 2020, but I've been crafting aside from that on and off for years. I kind of started with doing like Christmas decorations and Christmas ornaments.
Oh, fun.
And yeah, I love making Christmas ornaments. And so back in 2020 during the pandemic, when was looking for something to do, I was like, "Ooh, you know what? I'm going to buy a die cut machine to incorporate paper elements onto my ornaments."
Okay.
And all it took was making one card, and I was hooked.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've just been, I do all of it now. So I still do the Christmas ornaments and decorations, and um, but do so much more paper crafting now.
Well, it's, I don't want to say it's cheap because we all know that's not true. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Kate. Um, Hi, Marnie. I'm just looking to see what else is on here. Sorry if I missed your comments, guys. I told Walter if you said go ahead and because I said usually I have my camera it's right in front of me, but it's off to the side this time. So um, and it has no camera on it, so it's a little different for me. And it's funny
Hello,
because
Brenda.
I have a TV on too, but yet I'm not looking at the TV because it's a completely different direction. So hopefully next week I'll be back in my own room. So I'm really excited about it. It's like I was telling Walter, I keep pushing this right into my paint. Okay, let's move this around a little bit. It's a lot bigger, and I live in the Mississippi River Valley, like most of you know, and I can actually out my one window just see part of the river.
Oh,
So
nice.
I've got one desk kind of set right at the window so I can look out that way just because of how the desk sits up and works. It has a built-in shelf. And then right now my plan is to have a craft right in the middle. Marnie, we are painting this stamp set, Kindness Matters. We're both kind of doing our own thing here with them. We're just using some of the creamy aqua pigments. And Walter is using the red, yellow, and orange. And I am using the red, yellow, and blue. And I'm making my own colors. Amalia, I'm in Iowa. Francie, I will share, I will do a craft room tour on my own YouTube channel, which is Sugar Cards by Candi, when it's done. Okay, it's going to be crazy because I have one thing that looks like it would be for a craft room. We had so much furniture between the Tom and I and his mom that we kind of started going, and so I have some old. I have this thing called a yellow dry sink, and it's a dry sink and it's yellow, obviously. And it was my mom's, and it's the one thing I really wanted to bring back with me when they moved. So it's in there. Well, I also have two more dry sinks, kind of, or similar to it now, and they're wood. And then there's an old school desk that's wood, like for little kids, and so we're just kind of incorporating it, and it's really kind of be fun, but it's going to be a little while before it's ready. Uh, Hi, Bree.
Hello, Bree. That's so Brenda is my sister and Bree
Okay.
is my niece.
Hello, welcome, family. And my mama's here, so
Yeah.
we got a whole family night tonight. Well, Walter and I haven't met yet, and I don't know if we're going to get to meet in December or not. Have not bought airline tickets yet.
Okay.
It's been, crazy around here, and I don't know if I'm going to make it or not this time. So I might have to wait till the next time, unfortunately. I'm kind of playing it still by ear.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah. I'm
you
looking
know.
forward to it. It'll be my first time heading to the store.
Oh, you will have a blast. It's more than you think it is, and yet it's even more than that, I can say. And it's just so much to look at and to walk around, and you have to check out. Ask Jess or Heather to give you a tour of that little fizzy lifting room.
Oh, okay.
You know, say like Candy said she you should let me see what's in there. So. Oh yeah, Francie can't wait. Oh, I know, Penny. I don't know yet. I haven't looked. I got something today that said how much the prices had gone up, but they've been going up and down, and I just don't know yet. It's seems like, to be honest with you, really far away for me. which is not true, but it just, I don't know. I don't want to say no or yes yet. A lot of it also, I'm going to be honest with you, my daughter might come home, and if she comes home, she trumps. I'm sorry, you guys. I love y'all, but I don't see her that often. So, and I don't know when she's planning on coming home. So, um,
Oh
but
my God, Francie. Heather came in and Francie asked, okay, who said her name 3 times?
Heather, you'll drive. You'll drive. I will drive you around. I know you will drive me around. Well, Thistle only. Her name was only said once, I think, though. I thought it 3 times. How does that sound? Yeah. So thank
I
you,
know.
Francie. Like I said, I hope so, but I can't promise with this year it being as nuts as it's been. It was in the cards, and now I can't promise, but yeah, I hope so. So there we go. So I'm just gonna keep adding water to this, and do you have a special way of doing any watercoloring? I mean, do you just add the color? Do you add more water? How do you wet the paper first? What's your
I do
preference?
I do wet the paper first to do the kind of that wet on wet.
Okay.
So I had the paper a little wet, and then yeah, just going in with the color and moving it around. And I thought that the peach would be really good for the center of the flowers, but also to kind of go in and darken. You can
Yep.
it's an easy way to darken the centers a bit and kind of just add some
Extra something.
yeah, zhuzh it up a bit, as they say.
Thank you, Francie. Oh, Melissa, yeah, it. Like I said, she's planning on it, but she doesn't know when. I don't know if it could be Thanksgiving, so um, we'll see. So I will tell you guys, if you hear me scream, please know that it's because I locked myself in the office and nobody's supposed to be here. And if somebody comes in, it's going to probably freak me out. So it's not because I'm in any, it's just because I figured I can't hear the door if it opens. And I thought, I'll just lock it. I can't see the front door. It's a little weird. I mean, I've been here alone. I'm alone all day some days, but it's kind of weird to be here. I think it's because it's a different time of day
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. So yes, it's aqua pigment paper. It's my favorite. So I use it a lot. I mean, I have, some of the not name brand, but the the box store type stuff, but I don't grab it very often. It's just this you stamps on. I mean, this is was just two, and I mean with the Raven detail ink, and it doesn't have a ton of texture, so it's easy to get. I don't mean that, I mean that there's texture, but sometimes when you have watercolor paper, there's so much texture, you got to stamp over and over and over again just to
Yeah.
get a good impression. And the aqua pigment paper is just great. And I mean, I've added quite a bit of water, and I mean, there's not. I don't want to tip it yet, but there's not. You can see there's not really any warping much. I mean, there's a little bit, but that's just normal for any water. Amy, I am not at Brutus Monroe. I live in Iowa, but I am the inspiration team director. So I kind of help out with everybody, with Walter, Melissa, and kind of help lead the pack with all that and do some of the um, making sure, our posts are there or answering questions or be the go between, things like that.
Oh, bless you, Candy, for
No,
dealing with us.
oh, no, it's been great. It's been fabulous.
Yeah, no, we,
I
we have a great team.
We do. I have been with the Bruce Monroe design team now for 4 years almost. Right?
Wow.
I don't remember if it's 4 years, 3 or 4 years, right before the pandemic or right around the during the pandemic. So, but I've enjoyed it a lot. So,
Yeah. I'm gonna go on mute for a second to dry my
okay.
paper.
Kate, I think that was part of the, when Walter and I were kind of discussing this, what we wanted to use and what he was, I always kind of ask them what they want to use. Um, just because, I've been around a little while. I don't want to say I've been around the block, but I've been around a little while. So usually I've got some of the other things and I don't want to necessarily, try to pull something too hard. So he said we'd do this and the aqua pigments. And I thought about ink splishing and this and that, but I thought, no, I want to totally do something different and make my own colors and just ink it up and add color to it and I don't know, make a Halloween card. Just mix it up because just because you have a stamp set doesn't necessarily mean that it's needs to be used for just flowers. Francie, so there's always an open call usually. And I mean, I don't know, I'm not really in charge of that part of it, but usually if they put something out there and they ask if there's anyone who wants to join, if there's anyone who wants to stay, if, you know, because sometimes people don't have time or things change, you know, just in general with life. So I don't know. It kind of depends on what Christopher wants and the team members, Heather and Jess and everybody wants as well. So, uh, but I love the team. We've been great. Everyone's very supportive of each other and asking questions and creating great things. We have such an eclectic group. And I mean that is in we all, like you said, tonight we're using the stamp set, but we're all coloring it a little bit different. We're coloring it just a little bit different.
Yep. So
So,
mine is now dry. I love this just makes me happy seeing yellow, red, and orange together like this.
ooh, and that peach on that
Yeah,
is fabulous.
thanks. Yeah. So I'm going to start fussy cutting now. So I stamped the whole image, but I only want these 3 flowers. So I'm going to grab my scissors and start cutting around the edges.
And you guys, it's funny when we were getting ready to set up, that's what Walter said he was going to do. And I said, you know, when I started to think about what to do, I was literally thinking about fussing cutting out some images. Well, if I had had a little extra time, my plan had been to watercolor some in advance and just plop them on, fussy cut them out, plop them out on top of the one I was coloring for you guys tonight. But obviously, time got away from me. So, how is mine looking more translucent? I think I have a lot more water on mine. And if Amy, if you watch here, I'll do one here. I'll kind of do it kind of quick. So what I'm doing is I'm adding water to all the petals. Not that Walter did do that, but then I'm drying it off. I just dried it off on a cloth over here on the side. And I'm just gonna grab some and I'm just dropping color in. So I'm letting the color go into the water. And I believe, Walter, you were kind of painting it more
Yes,
and
exactly. Yeah.
and moving it around a little bit more, where I've
Yep.
just left it kind of, oh, that scared me. My thing just fell over on the desk.
Oh,
So
no.
do you see, Amy, there's no color there because it's just water and it's just seeping in.
Yeah, I was going for a more a more heavy color look. So
It it looks, because from here it actually looks, to be honest with you, I feel like you colored it.
oh,
You know,
okay.
not
Yep.
watercolor. I'm not saying that didn't look watercolored, but I mean it looks like you did like an amazing blending water, um marker almost, even though it's watercolor, because these creamy ones are just so, they're beautiful and thick. See, I mean, you
Yep.
can see it here. Amy, I'm going to add some water. I'll grab some of this yellow, and then you can see it's more translucent. But then if I wet this, I'm going to dry my, actually going to grab another paintbrush. It's completely dry. Not that, and I'm just going to add a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit more vibrant. And I know the yellow is probably not the best way to see that, but you can kind of, if I tilt it a little bit, you can kind of see how it's thicker, and this one's a little, it's kind of like oxides and it's almost like distressed oxides and distressed inks.
Yep.
It depends on how much water you use. So, and
Yep.
that is, Amy, like I said, I don't fathom myself a watercolorist per se. So I like the loose color because I get nervous thinking I overdo. And I'm just, I like to walk away and this and that. And I'm just going to take, this is the Aqua Splash, and I'm just going to kind of color in the centers a little bit with it. I'm just direct to, because it has the little brush on it. I'm not going to worry too much about getting it all the way to the edges, because It's a loose watercolor. So my thoughts are when you do watercolor, if you're nervous about it, just play with it. It's just paper.
Exactly.
And it's probably better than you think it is.
We're always our own worst critic.
Yes, we are. And I know I said this last week. I know we were talking about this a little bit last week. And I hope it doesn't come across as bad, is that, we all look towards people who are content creators all the time. And there's, obviously some people who do this full time. If you really, really pay attention, every once in a while, you will see a frayed edge or not quite straight line if you really wanted to look for it. But we shouldn't
Mhm.
look for that kind of thing. But it also makes you feel human
Yep.
because you're like, oh, Candy didn't have that straight line. And I'm the first one to tell you I can't cut a straight line. But, you know, so do you have any other hobbies, Walter, besides crafting?
Yeah, I mean, crafting's the big one, but
Mm-hmm.
I love to cook.
Oh, me
Um,
too.
yeah, so I cook a lot. Not as much as I used to. I definitely eat out more now than I ever did before, but it's only because then I kind of feel like I can have extra time for crafting.
No, I understand that. I understand that
Um,
completely.
yeah, and then aside from that, like, the dogs, I have two rescues. They keep up a lot of my time
Oh, yes.
walking
Yes.
and stuff like that. And I'm a reader, so I enjoy reading. And I love musical theater. So going to musical performances are always a lot of fun.
So, I mean that's a lot of what I do. I haven't read in a long time. I actually went to the library today because I was going through my kids movies and I brought a couple in to donate, and I took two books out, and I literally turned around and went back in, and she looked at me and I'm like, I've read these before. And she's like, and the other librarian's like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, did you know you read these before, because they usually tell me that. And I'm like, well, usually I kind of know that if I've read them before, and I'll be like, I never finished them. I said, these ones, as I was reading the second one, I'm like, I've read this whole series. So I was like, returned it right away. Um, but I did pick up a couple other books.
Oh, nice.
What kind of books do I read? Melissa, I'll be honest with you, what I read is a lot of young adult and series. Like
Hmm.
I'm a big I like mysteries. I like my favorite author is Hannah Swenson. If anyone's done Hallmark, you've probably seen that the Hannah Swenson mysteries. Her books are amazing. It's about the cookie shop, and
Oh,
she's
right.
about
Yeah.
a girl in Minnesota who keeps coming across murders and or people dead and helping to solve them, and the love triangle she has between her a dentist and the police officer in town. And anyway, Walter's an amazing cook. Holiday dinners, ooh. But I do a lot of young adult fiction. I'm a lit major, actually.
Oh,
Um, so when I was in between reading those heavy Jane Austen and things like that, I would read young adult fiction because, or teen fiction. I guess it's always called YA or juvenile
yep.
fiction because it would be fast. But I love series. I love twists to like fairy tales, and I love fairy, fae books, and I don't know,
Mhm.
supernatural type books.
Yeah.
Um,
We have some similar tastes there.
there we go. Well,
Yeah, I like young adult too. Like I loved. I mean, a lot of people did the Hunger Games
yes,
series, the Divergent series,
yep, yep. Those are
um,
great.
and then the ones by what's her name, Cassandra something
Oh,
about
I
the.
know which ones you're talking about. I haven't read them yet. I know which ones you're talking about. They're on my list.
Yeah, they were really good.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yes,
I
they were. Hannah Swenson books were also made for TV movies. That's where. But I mean, if you go look, the books are very different. I'm Penny. I'm going to tell you that I prefer the books to the movies because the mom is not a ditz like she is in the. She's good in the show, but she's not a ditz in the in the books. And there's just a few other things that are more fun and that they twist it. It's for TV, which I get. It's just the books are really good. And the recipes are amazing. So there you go, Walter. You'll need to read them because you can cook the cookies out of them. I've made several and they're wonderful.
there you go. That sounds good.
So, um, But yeah, no, the funny thing about the Hunger Games, you talked about that, is I was reading that and I was substitute teaching at the time. And at that time, we had to do, the kids had to silent read in I want to try to think like homeroom.
Okay.
And these kids didn't want to read. And the teacher could read aloud to them. And they were like, can you just read aloud to us? Cassandra Clare, I think that might be who that is, Penny.
Oh yeah. Yep. Thanks, Penny.
And I said, well, I told them I was reading the second version. I was reading Catching Fire, and the kids were like, "Oh, that's such a good book." And I'm looking at these, big, burly junior and senior football players, like, really? They're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, I have book one in the car. They're like, really? Will you go get it? So I ran out to the car and got it, and I read it out loud to them for the next 30 minutes,
Oh, that's
even though I had
awesome.
already read it before. So I like to read out loud to people. I think it's fun. Um, I don't necessarily do characters, but I do like to change my voice a little bit, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. I think that's the teacher in me. So,
It's funny. I do the same thing when reading to my friends' kids. Like if I'm visiting and it's bedtime and they're like, "Oh, Uncle Wally, will you read the bedtime story?" I'll go ahead and read. And yeah, they like it when I do because I'm a voice changer.
okay, yep. That's some of the best part. Hi, Isis. How are you? Just kind of trying to, I missed a few comments. I apologize there. I know, but I'm just kind of looking. Um, Joanne Fluke is the Hannah Swenson writer, and of course, I'm a big JD Robb and Nora Roberts fan.
Oh,
And she's completely different sets because she writes she's the same author, but she writes completely different in under those two name under the name JD Robb. But those are fun. She's got a series out right now that I was just thinking about that going, did the new one come out yet? Because I was so excited to read it, and then I realized I had to wait half a year to get the second book.
ah,
So, but even Rourke, yes, Penny. We all need a story hour with Candi. Okay, well, you know what, Francie? Maybe I can do something where I can read a book and you can craft. How does that sound?
there you go.
Should I do a voiceover of something easy and then, I can do a voiceover of just reading a book? I think I'm going to add a little bit of black to the spots that don't really have flowers here, just to kind of reiterate that this is, kind of Halloween inspired. I love the aqua splashes that you can just paint with them, but you can also dip a little bit of it out and grab your paintbrush.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to add some splatter carefully so I don't splatter the office up. But so I also do reading, and then I used to cook a lot, but Tom does more of the cooking now. I like to bake. It's not that I don't like to cook. I still like to cook, but I do more baking. I do more baking, and I'm really anxious to do some baking. And I'm a recipe collector. Ellen, okay, I don't know if I've read the new JD Robb book. Yeah, no, I remember the first time, Penny, I found out they were the same author, and I was just like, that's crazy because there's such different genres of books. So between her mystery, oops, I just kind of got some black in there. That's okay. I'm not going to worry about it too much. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's watercolor, right?
Absolutely.
So I am going to use some of the sentiments from the set. I don't know which one yet, even though this is kind of a Halloween. Like I said, what I'll probably do is put a happy Halloween on the inside. So my daughter celebrates Halloween starting on October 1st. So, she I don't know if she's had as much time the last couple of years, but the last year or so, but she used to dress up every single day with something different with her makeup.
Oh wow.
Like do ghost makeup and all that stuff. So
Fun. And
yeah,
she's
Amalia, I actually just came up. I watch a lot of reels now with cooking, and I just saw one tonight, and I don't know the guy's name, so I can't give him credit. I apologize. I know he's got a little bit of an accent and he says things weird, and people kind of, but he's a keto, and I'm not keto. but he took ground chicken and I'm going to just flatten chicken breast, but he mixed cream cheese, mozzarella, and everything bagel seasoning, put it in the middle of the chicken, and then put an egg wash with Parmesan and air fried it. And it looked amazing. And I told Tom, I
Ooh,
said, we got to make this. And he's like, yes, we do. So that is going to be on our list here. But we're what we do is we tend to buy a lot, fill up our closet, our freezer, and then we, eat, and then we have to go buy new stuff. So, do you have Walter? Yes, Walter is our visiting friend. I'm going to go ahead and let him talk a little bit because I am going to go and heat set this a little bit. So if you want to
sure.
talk a little bit what you've been doing there.
Absolutely. Hi, Ruth. Nice to see you. Thanks for Melissa. I saw your comment about Uncle Wally. Thank you. Yeah, Uncle Wally is what I typically go by. Even my niece, who's now in her late 20s and who's on in the chat, still calls me Uncle Wally. So that's kind of cute. But yeah, so I finished with the coloring of my florals and I fussy cut them out. And then I took a black marker just to run around the edges, just to kind of make sure that if I cut too close to one line, that at least you can see the black in its uniform. So then I went ahead and I have a A2 sized panel of the lunch bag, and I cut down a piece of the driftwood to 5 1/4 by 4 that I'm going to go ahead and center in there. But before I do that, I'm also going to use some of the other stamps from the stamp set to go ahead and put on a sentiment and put on a butterfly. Thank you, Francie. I appreciate that. And I see that Isis is out there too. I didn't get a chance to say hello. Hello, Isis.
The only thing that's bad about having two people craft is I can't watch what you're doing.
I know.
Susan, I am a huge Harry Potter fan. I just watched it all weekend. It is actually one of the things that's on at my house at least probably 2 or 3 times a month. And I recently just listened to them on audiobook because I think it was just fun to listen to somebody else talk about the Harry Potter books. So my boyfriend and I are huge Harry Potter fans. So I realized what I wanted to do tonight. I am taking inspiration from our beautiful Miss Gina Kay, and I'm going to take the card she made during her live last night and create something similar. So I will show you what she did. If you yes. I was just realizing I don't have anything to cut my paper down into an A2 size card. So I'm going to do this, but oh, you like to hear that? You know what? It is fun, Isis, or Isis, right? Isis. Sorry, sometimes when it comes to names, I'm horrible at names. I'm great with faces. But I do love to have other people join me. It's just, I can't watch both. I can hear the conversation, but your card's turning out fabulous.
Oh, are you talking to me, Candy?
I was talking to you. I said your card is turning out fabulous.
Thank you. I'm reading the comments and trying to stay up on that too.
That's okay. So I'm just going to
Susan.
Cut this down a little bit. This is a little bit shy. I may skip putting this on an A2 card panel tonight, guys. I'll kind of show you what it's going to look like, but I did not bring my long cutter with me, so I cannot cut it. I want this on a craft piece of cardstock, and I can't make a top folding card with it, but I can make it something similar. So you kind of get the idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this down, and I'm going to glue it to the lunch bag. And then we're just going to chop it, and we're going to add each part to the card base. And that's kind of how it was, like a continuous card. I don't know if you guys saw her. She made a live last night with some florals and did something I didn't see the live, but I saw the product. I saw the picture of the card, and that's kind of what it's reminding me of.
Oh,
So, oh, and I also, because like I said, I didn't put heat emboss on camera tonight. I wanted to show you what Scowlene embossing powder looked like. It's
oh,
got a
look at
little
that
bit of
sparkle.
green, a little bit of purple in there, and some black. Susan, Uncle Wally says your cards are really, really beautiful. Well,
Aw,
thank you. And we both have very pretty, yeah, it's fun to craft. Like I said, it's fun to use the same product because you can, see different things being used at the same time. So now I'm going to
Absolutely.
chop my beautiful card down.
And I love
And
how your florals came out, Candy. They look amazing.
thank you. So let's pretend this is an A2 card base, okay? I don't know the answer if that's going to be real tomorrow. I would say I'll cross my fingers and say yes, but I cannot promise that. So if this was like, I can fold it in half, but I can't cut it. I'm sorry. Oh, I guess you know what? We will just do it. We're just not gonna have a perfect fold, okay? So don't everybody look at my fold. And I'll try not to get any. I'm trying not to get ink everywhere, watercolor all over my boss's desk. So I'm just gonna go ahead and okay, make sure I do this the right way. Yep, this way. We're gonna just fold it. We're gonna have an ugly fold, you guys, because then I can cut it in half. So pretend this is a very nice creased card, okay? We're gonna punt with it. Thursday night, all right. That jar reminded you of Folder's crystals. Kind of, Melissa. But it's funny because you say that, but I'm like, I don't know about purple, but yes, I can understand where you're talking Folder's crystals. All right. So we made it work. It may not have the prettiest fold in the town, but it works. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to go ahead and layer this on, and then we're going to cut it. So I'm going to use the back to cut this. And I'm trying to make sure I don't run too much overtime here. Because, I mean, not that you guys care, right? Except that Walter probably has to walk the dog. I know my dog was whining so bad because I didn't take him for a walk. Last night was the first time at our new house that I was going to take him for a walk, and I took him for a walk, and he was all set. Dinner's over, mommy. Time for a walk. And I was like, sorry, Papa. So I'm just going to line this up now. Like I said, this is just inspired. I don't know how she did her card. I'm just going to do it the way I feel like doing it. And I cut the angle off the front of my card. Oh, okay. I think tomorrow night I had to order the peacock stuff today because I saw that and I was like, get it to me. And then I'm just going to line it back up and I'm going to glue it down. So when it opens up, it's on the bottom. Oh, thanks, Kate. It's pretty good. Don't look at the back. And I did not use the driftwood paper tonight. Like I said, I kind of got away. Time's been getting away from me for right now. So I am very much crafting on the fly tonight. So I thought that would be fun. All right. So I had thought about putting it on, layering it on the driftwood. So there is my card base. So when you open it up, half the card is there and then it's there.
Cool.
So now we just need to add a sentiment. And I'm going to very quickly, I think what I want to do, thank you. I think what I'm going to do is very quickly do a wash. No, I'm not. I lied. I lied about that. I'm going to wipe this off before I make a mess here. I normally do not do that, you guys. You know me, I usually ink smush that, but I don't have a lot of extra paper with to smush tonight. All right, and then we're gonna grab a piece of lunch bag to stamp our sentiment on.
I agree with you, though. That peacock stencil is a definite one to get. That was absolutely gorgeous last night.
I actually kind of had to watch. I speed watched it today. Shh, don't tell anybody, because I was very busy at work today, and so I have to go back and rewatch it. And I was trying to, because I watched it, I'm like, wait, how did he make? He must have shifted it a little bit. So then I was like, I think that's what he did. He shifted the, and then because he had the light first,
Yeah.
and I was like, that was awesome. It was good. So, okay, I'm gonna do. Hope this makes you smile. Okay, so you ordered the Halloween paper packs, the seasonal chroma mists, and the white chroma mists. I have them coming too, Ellen, and I thought I heard something during the live saying that those would be shipping hopefully very, very, very soon, like maybe this week. I know Heather said they were talking during the live. She was talking about they were going to start shipping some of that stuff. So I'm excited because I want to see what's in that box, the Halloween box. I mean, that's the hard part about being, I know I might be the inspiration team leader, but I don't get to see everything in advance. I might cut it at an angle. I'm going to do it 2 ways first, Melissa. Let's try this since I already have it done. Then we'll try it. How does that sound? I didn't even think about it. I just stamped it down. And my ink pad needs to be re-inked. But I use my Raven ink for everything. So I will tell you, I have to re-ink it a lot because I use it all the time. Put it on an angle. Francis says, put it on an angle. Well, we can do that. You just give me a minute. Okay, I got it stamped out. I was already ready and done. So
What
what we'll
Francie
do
wants,
is
Francie gets.
I know. It was a shift. Okay, he was also channeling Gina K. Well, I must have just been reading his mind then. It was beautiful, the peacock and that shimmer.
Oh
Blue is
yeah.
one of my. I'm not painting anything right now. I did have an epiphany last night that I do want to paint my 1 bathroom light blue. Everything in our house is white. We have white counters, white carpet, white cabinets, white walls. So everything is white. And I don't know what color we're going to paint anything yet. Oh, I think I just tore my stamp, but I'll make it work. Oops, I did. Be careful when you take your
Ooh.
smile off. Because I did. I pulled it too hard. And I ripped it.
Oh.
No, that's all right. It goes back together. It's like I'm a stamp cutter.
Oh,
So
okay.
I cut my stamps apart, so I can make it work. I just wasn't paying attention. But
I've never cut clear stamps, but I cut rubber stamps and like mount them myself.
sure.
Yep.
The big key to stamping, to cutting clear stamps is make sure you kind of get a nice clean cut and don't trim. If you cut and it's weird looking, just leave it because then when you go to line it back up, you can line up those pieces exactly. Like, I've done it. So,
Okay.
Amalia, we inherited the house. So no, I have a dog. And this is the fun part. So we cleaned the house because we have, we can burn wood, and Tom's mom was a smoker and she's lived there for a long time. So we were cleaning everything. And I had a beautiful brand new Bissell for pets because she had had a pet. We had had a pet. I blew it up on the very last day of cleaning. I
Oh.
ran over the cord. And I'm so upset because it was cleaning so beautifully and I wanted to keep it so that if the dog made a mess, I could clean again. And so I'm very mad at myself. But that's not the coolest place. Yes, a blank slate. You guys, this is going to blow your mind. You'll never guess what else my house has. I have something that I bet you nobody else you've ever heard have. I just want to see if somebody's can give me some wild guesses of what
Oh.
you think I might have in my house.
A dumbwaiter.
No.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if anyone else in the comments can guess something. I mean, I think kind of crazy, guys, because I don't think anyone will guess it, except my mom, because my mom would know. I'm going to just see. Walter, what is your card panel?
What is my card panel? So my card panel is from the Driftwood paper. And let's see, you know what? Let me turn that light off. I think that will help a bit. And it's, the problem is it's like the lighter, like whitish wood.
Yeah.
And then I stamped it with the sentiment smile and the butterfly using the Simon Hurley Gur ink. And then I am adhering my flowers on and
Isn't
putting
it
some of
pretty?
those topaz crystals in the center.
Yes. Okay, nope, not to a barn shard. I do have carpet in the bathroom, but that's not too crazy, Ellen, because I grew up with carpet in the bathroom. Not an elevator, a house fan. Well, I have a lot of ceiling fans. All right, you guys, you'll never get this. My carpet glows in the dark.
Neon carpet?
No, my
Oh,
carpet glows in the dark. Like if you turn the lights on, you shut the lights off, it glows like glows in the dark.
oh wow.
And I will get a picture of it and post it in the fan club group for you guys because this is the wild thing is that his mom told me the kitchen carpet's white and it has like planets and moons and stars and stuff in it. And that's escape tunnel. No, and not an escape. His his cousin, Tom's cousin, was telling me, no, I'm pretty sure this carpet upstairs glows. And I'm like, Tom's like, no, it doesn't. I went to bed that night and I looked down and I text my sisters like, oh my gosh, it glows like glow in the dark stuff does, like the chroma glaze, that type of thing.
Oh
No, it's
wow.
not. It just glows in the dark. So I charge it at night. I leave all the lights on, but it's everywhere. It's a harlequin pattern.
Oh wow.
No, it's I don't and it's you can see the pattern because there's two different colors in the pattern, but it's really fun. But my entire craft room has a glow in the dark carpet. My bedroom, the bathroom, the stairs. So the whole upstairs has glow in the dark carpet and it is really fun. I mean, it doesn't glow all night. It has to be charged just like anything else that glows.
Wow.
But it's very fun too. Okay, guys, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. Hope this makes you, and I'm going to put the smile on the inside.
Aw, I like that.
So, and I am going to use foam tape. We're getting close to the end. Shag carpet, a blue, three different colors: blue shag carpet, a pink, and a gray. Tom's first house here in town that we had together had orange shag carpet, but yeah, no, it's Francie. You won't believe it because I took a picture and obviously can't share it with you guys right now because I'm live and I can't. I'd turn my camera off and leave. It doesn't. Kate. It's not crazy. It's not. It's just. It's just a light glow, and it's not like I said. It's not crazy. It's just and you obviously like I said I have to charge it. So if I turn on the fan light and I turn on the cam lights, or the sunken lights or whatever, but the bedside lights charge it the best. It's pretty kind of cool. So, I mean, it's kind of psychedelic because it's just when the other night I turned off lights off because I was working in my craft room and I went to bed and I'm not kidding you, it just went. The whole upstairs was glowing. The stairs don't glow as bad because the light doesn't get that close, but it's just fun. Thank you, Christy. This is the creamy red, yellow, and blue, and I mixed them to make orange and purple. Okay,
Thanks, Brenda.
Hope this makes you. All right, there you go, Francie and Melissa. You bossed me around. It's okay. Ooh, Penny, my sister had neon green walls. I mean, well, they weren't really neon. They were kind of neon green, I guess. In my opinion, they were neon green, but I think she would have said like a lime green. They were great. And one time, I'm just finishing up here, guys. I got to add some bling, but I was choosing paint colors, and my son came home from school, and he goes, "Mom, somebody threw up all over my walls." And I went, "Okay, I guess that's not the right color." No.
Thanks, Melissa.
No, you're not bullies. You're a boss. You were the boss. And I just got a little I'm gonna just get that little smuts off of there. All right, so this, I'm gonna add a little bit of bling and then we'll be almost, and hope this makes you smile. You could see I got a little glue on there. I'm gonna let that dry and I'll get that off of there.
It does. That is really pretty.
Thank you. I love the idea of cutting those flowers out like that and doing that. I mean, that's not at all where I would have gone if I would have fussy cut my flowers.
Oh,
So
thanks.
that's why I said I think it's so fun when we have different ideas. Okay, come on, glue.
Absolutely. And I know I'm in the minority when I say this, but I love fussy cutting.
And it's hit or miss. I like the fussy cutting like you did. I don't like fussy cutting and leaving the white space because I'm not good at leaving it even. Does that make sense?
Yep.
I need another one here. We'll put one down right there. Okay, hopefully I brought my gems with me.
Thank you, Miss Francie.
Well, next week, you guys, I will be, oh, I might not have brought my gems with me, so I guess I'm gonna have to put them on when I got home. I swear I did. I don't see them, so I'm going to go peek one more spot. Nope, I forgot them.
Oh,
So I
thanks,
can't
Steve.
add gems to mine, but I'm gonna add the topaz gems to mine as well as soon as I get home, and I will take a picture of them and share that tomorrow. So we're gonna quick dab it and wipe that up. So here's my card, and there's Walter's card. So fun, and we use the kindness matters. And one last thing before I go, I know I mentioned Stencilpalooza. I wanted to make sure I mentioned the new CYOE challenge is up, and it is to use pattern paper. And you can use any pattern paper. Obviously, you know, Bruce Monroe has fabulous pattern paper. So if you're, for some reason, you don't have a Bruce Monroe pattern paper, then you have to use something else that's Bruce Monroe, whether it's embossing powders or stamps or things, you know, dies or things like that. But try to pull out your Bruce Monroe pattern paper and make a beautiful card, like using the Driftwood pattern paper. Oh, I see somebody snuck in. Halloween shaker has been added to the website. Go look under new products.
Oh,
So you guys will have to go check out and see what Christopher uploaded.
definitely.
Penny, did it feel like living in a crayon box? She says yes. I can see her. So, but because she helps with links sometimes and things like that. So go check out the Halloween shaker. Check out Stencilpalooza. Then you got the Be Kindness bundle. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I know there's some clearance still, and the Spooky Friends will be, you know, shipping soon. So if you want that, you want to probably get that going. So because when that sells out, that's the Halloween box. And I don't know if there's anything else we needed to mention. I probably should have looked, but I thank you, Walter, for joining me. I hope you had some fun. I didn't talk
I
too
had a
much.
ton of fun. Thanks for having me.
Well, we will do it again next week. I'm gonna do candy corn, ghosts and sprinkles, and bats and moon shaker mixes.
Ooh.
Woo. Well, thank you, you guys. You guys have a great night. I'm amazed that anyone can make a card in an hour. If you ever do any 3-hour lives, I'll invite. All right, Christy, if I do a 3-hour live, I'll invite you. Pro 3 hours. So, but I appreciate you guys all so much. Go check out the new products and check out the stencils and for Stencilpaloozas and all of that stuff. And go check out the new shaker mixes and the new shaker that was posted. I'm gonna have to go shop now too. And I will see you guys next week, hopefully with a great mixed media product. So thank you all.
Awesome.
Thank you, Walter.
Thank you. Good night.